For today's video, I draw upon the expertise of Doctors Deborah Rose Wilson and Deborah Sullivan from their website, Healthline.com. Hey, After Hours here. Lately, I've been doing a lot of health-related things, and one of them was getting a grounding mat. How does a grounding mat work? Deborah Sullivan says, grounding or earthing mats create an electrical connection between your body and the earth. The idea is to replicate the physical connectivity one would make by walking barefoot on the ground. This connection allows electrons to flow from the earth and into your body to create a neutral electrical charge. Since humans spend the majority of time either indoors or wearing rubber-soled shoes outdoors, we barely spend time having physical contact with the earth. These mats allow for this connection when indoors and recreate that equilibrium of electron charge. The mats usually connect via a wire to the ground port of an electrical outlet. The mats may be placed on the floor, on a desk, or on a bed, so the user can put their bare feet, hands, or body on the mat and conduct the Earth's energy. I happen to be an Earth sign, and I've always enjoyed communing with nature. I love hiking, and for me, going to the beach was like taking a week's vacation in one day. That's one of the reasons why we moved to the area we did. Here, we have a river and a lake. Since I'm sensitive to subtle energies, I felt the charge from my grounding mat right away. Is there any solid research on grounding mats? Dr. Deborah Rose Wilson says, there is mounting evidence of the benefits of grounding mats. There are implications for sleep, biological clocks and rhythms, and hormone secretion. It is well understood how electrons from antioxidants deactivate free radicals. We know these free radicals play a role in immune function, inflammation, and chronic disease. Does the body's electric current correspond to stress level? Deborah Rose Wilson offers, from a holistic perspective, everything affects everything. When we are stressed, we enter a state of unbalance. Changes occur at a cellular level. Grounding versus earthing. What's the difference? Deborah Sullivan says, these two terms are used interchangeably and have no discernible difference. I tend to use earthing as the practice and grounding the action. For instance, the practice of earthing is done by grounding your body's electrical current to the earth. How do I know if my grounding mat is working? Deborah Rose Wilson says, to get a sense of change and progress and healing, look for subtle changes. Sitting quietly meditating can be a good time to observe for subtle changes in your health, well-being, challenges, and thinking. Journal your experience to look back on things that are changing. If you are healing through pain, for example, write down your pain levels on a scale of 1 to 10 each day, as well as your experience. How long does it take for grounding to take effect? Deborah Rose Wilson says, don't expect dramatic changes overnight. These types of complementary therapies work at a very subtle level and can take a while before they're noticed. Some people do report benefits in the first 24 hours. Others report noticeable changes after a few weeks. Deborah Sullivan says, everyone is different, and keep in mind that grounding does not cure disease. It restores your natural electrical balance, which can be a benefit to reducing stress and inflammation. Some people report immediate results after one day, some after a few days of practice, and some report only gradual, subtle changes. If you're like me, you know that time is an illusion. But the illusion that is time seems to be moving progressively faster and faster until there aren't enough hours in the day. But with the grounding mat, time seems to be moving a little less quickly. Maybe I'm just more focused, But either way, it seems to be helping with my productivity. It still takes me a long time to wind down and fall asleep. But once I do, it's a deep sleep, and I wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. I honestly can't say that it's not the placebo effect, but the grounding mat gives me the same secure feeling that I get from being with my hubby. So I guess you could say that my hubby keeps me grounded. Sometimes I refer to the grounding mat as my security blanket, and even if it is just the placebo effect, how nice to feel more secure, less stressed, more focused, better rested from a grounding mat rather than having to self-medicate through drinking or drugs. So, in conclusion, I really like my grounding mat. It's very helpful for when I'm working with my iPad or at my computer, and I sleep really well with it under my feet. If you're anything like me, you'll benefit from a grounding mat as well. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And because I continue to be shadow banned and demonetized, please consider supporting me by purchasing my book, Bullhead: How We Escaped California and Found Our American Dream. Available as an ebook or audiobook. The links will be in the description. And as always, wishing you health and happiness after Art's Out. Takeaway. According to the experts and available research, grounding mats do have positive effects on human physiology. They work by creating an electrical connection between your body and the earth, simulating the effect of walking barefoot directly on the ground. They've been shown to help with sleep, stress, mood, pain, and brain-related issues, but results are highly individual, and the use of grounding mats should not replace medical care. I finally got a grounding mat. For today's video, I draw upon the commentary of Dr. Deborah Rose Wilson and Dr. Deborah Sullivan from their website, Healthline.com. I picked this one up on Amazon.com. There were many to choose from. I predicated my choice based upon price, size, and the mat not having the kind of oddball grounding plug that customers complained about in their reviews. I really wasn't sure what kind of results to expect, but I figured that having one would be good for me. So, assuming that the grounding mat will provide a reasonable facsimile for the energy I get from being in nature, I went ahead and got this one from Amazon. I use it here on the sofa where I usually sit. There's a convenient power plug right there. Here, working with my iPad, is where I do the majority of my video editing. At night, I sleep with the mat under my feet. There's another convenient wall socket to plug it into. The cord is 15 feet long, but I wouldn't want to trip over it. I use the grounding mat in my office, where I edit my audio files. You can put it on top of the desk and use it as a mouse pad, but since I'm in the habit of using my Wacom tablet, I drape the mat over my desk chair and plug it into the nearest power strip. I notice that I'm working more efficiently, with more focus, and actually listen to my body when it's time to take a break. Aside from having that warm, secure, grounded feeling, I really didn't notice much from working out with the grounding mat, meaning I didn't feel any stronger or any more powerful. But I imagine it would be very helpful for yoga in moving into a meditative state. It's nice having the grounding mat when I'm relaxing with my hubby at night, playing our video game. I'm not sure if it's the mat, but I've been playing at a higher level more consistently.